Hello, welcome to season 2 of Mano a Mano. Today we are here in the middle section of Gary, Indiana at Tequila and Taco on Lake Street, talking to a couple of hometown heroes. Good friends of mine also, William Johnson and Buddy Lewis. Now you may know William Johnson from movies, Motives 1, Motives 2, lots of new stuff. I know you're doing a lot of writing right now. You can remember him from House Party, Martin Lawrence, and a few other things also. But we're going to find out what they're doing here lately. So we appreciate you guys coming, and I'm glad to see you guys. And I grew up with this guy, so he grew up a couple blocks over from me. We needed him to go to Horace Mann, but he didn't. He went to West Side, so I'm going to let you have that.
Yeah.
All right? And he went to where Emerson, correct? Emerson. Okay. Now, today I'm going to start with you. Buddy, tell me, how did all this begin? How did you get into this?
I was a class clown.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I won West Side's most humorous 3 years in a row. Yeah, I was the man with jokes back in the day, and that was one of my teachers at Holy Angels told me my big mouth was gonna get me in trouble. And you know what's getting me paid? Very good. But no, man, just I think I had a natural kind of gift for making people laugh,
right.
and so I. Did my college thing, because you do that for your parents and whatnot. You go to college.
For your parents?
Yeah, your parents.
Not for yourself?
No, not for me. I went to Howard University and I have a BS in microbiology, so I'm not using that. but I started doing comedy when I was in DC, and now I'm pursuing my career.
Very good. And Bill, for you, how did you begin? I know you said you went to performing arts school. So this was something you had a passion for as a young man and just kind of went from there? Tell me about it.
Going to Emerson helped save me because, if I had went to any other school, I'd be in jail or dead.
Really?
Because I live on the east side, so it's pretty rough. But musical theater is what I loved and enjoyed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the theater, doing plays is what really sparked me wanting to just really perform. Not necessarily just acting, but doing theater as driving force.
Right,
Very good. And then the film thing just kind of just happened. You know what I mean? But I really love doing music. That's what I'm doing.
Very good. All right. But buddy, tell me this. Now, what are some of your latest projects? I know you're doing a lot of writing right now. So tell us about that.
Well, this year we have our 6th season of Real Husbands of Hollywood, which is coming back. I'm a writer producer on that, and I've written for several celebrities. I wrote material for Ken Whitley.
Okay.
I've written for 5 or 6 different shows. It started out on Vibe, as a matter of fact. Chris Spencer was a good friend of mine. He did Vibe when he was there. He got fired like a week after a week before I got fired. but I've just been doing a lot of writing, and there are a lot of projects that I'm working on currently.
Very good.
I have a project, as a matter of fact, with Alex Thomas, trying to get sold. So there's just a few things going on behind the scenes, So writing is one of those things where you put it out there, and then it takes a minute to get it developed.
How about you, Bill? What are some of your latest projects?
You know what? I actually finished wrapping up on post-production on a project that I actually got Buddy.
I'm in.
It's called The Kings of LA. Right?
Okay.
It's a drama, man. And it's very good. We got like 4 different plots going on in the story. And also did 2 episodes of the show called The Black Panthers, which will be on BET this summer. And if these 2 shows get picked up, I have a nice little...
Hey, the kind of work you guys done when they're going to get picked up. Well, I'll tell you what, coming from Gary, how do you feel like now when you come back home? How does it, do you feel like, I'm excited, I'm back at home? Do you go in the old neighborhoods?
I'm not going nowhere. It's cold as hell. I am spoiled rotten.
Are you really? Okay. Tequila and Taco got you all the drink.
I got some juice.
It's perfect Tequila and Taco. Yeah, we started out there, Mr. Sandy. Okay, very good.
Yeah. Oh, this juice is good.
Very good.
Good juice. Hold on, you got to do a rap.
You got to do a rap?
Best juice.
Well, I guess you all can see, audience, why these guys are very good at what they do.
I know it's called Tequila and Tico.
Tequila and Taco. Yeah.
Tequila first or the taco?
Well, I don't know. I think you can give whichever one you want.
Which one is first?
Tequila. Yeah, so.
I think, and that's the one thing about LA that it helps develop entrepreneurship in a way. You know, like Bill put me in his films because he's done several films, and so naturally we ended up being able to work together because, you know, when you get... I told you don't do that! You are going to get fired! I'm telling you, you can't be putting stuff in tequila and taco!
Well, you know, we can't help this part because this is how these brothers roll. But it's all good.
Breaking up the place! Breaking up everything with a bumble hand!
I do have one good question. Now, sometimes when you guys are acting your movies, do you do a lot of ad-libbing? Sometimes, I know you have a script, but sometimes you just veer off the script and say, not just like you just did now, because we didn't hear it drop it, but do you veer off it, or?
Let me tell you something about this guy.
Okay.
So, you know, I coach actors all the time. I do my thing.
Okay.
And I watch people. I know he's funny. I know he's hilarious. I've seen him do stand-up 1,000 times. But seeing his process in acting, he takes it extremely serious. And I love that about him.
All right.
You know, he had an acting cat helping him as he went along. And then when he would do a scene and I would hear him, it was always on point. He was just always like, man, when you see his stuff, it's natural, it's good, his timing was there. He wasn't trying to fish for lines. I saw him like go from here to there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been watching you the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Acting is just on a whole nother level right now, man. You did a great job on
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know, and I appreciate that coming from Bill, man, because Bill's a consummate professional himself, and I've seen some of his work as well. And I think with acting, man, as a comic, man, you take your material and you throw it out there. That's your stuff. But when you're taking somebody else's words, I'm always cognizant, man. I hate, like, what do I look like on camera? You know, you don't want to look like, well, I feel man, you on screen like, what is wrong with you? Why is his eyes bucking like that? And, you know, so you're really conscientious of making sure that you're not overacting or you're doing too much. And when there's a difference between television drama, movie comedy, television comedy. So there are nuances that you have to have when you're performing, and if not, it can make your performance look poor.
Right.
So you're conscientious to that as an actor and as a professional. You just want to do your best.
Right.
And so, you know, because it will come out, because you've all seen movies where you're like, what's wrong with that dude? It's too much. You know?
Well, I tell you this. I remember, I'll just say this from personal experience, him being in the same neighborhood. I remember when we were young, how every time we were always scared to go on the block because he was going to talk about us. So we didn't really kind of want to stay off the block. This is my memory. I'm like, oh, if I ride my bike over there, I'm going to get jived on by Buddy Lewis. So that's one of my memories of you. But that's what you did. I know he's laughing, but that's what you did.
I will agree. I had my moments, but, you know, that was a defense mechanism, because I couldn't fight. When you had to fight, you had to make people laugh. Like, like, because and sometimes it was a problem because, I'm talking about people and I'm getting my ass kicked. Like, bro, because I was like, they said I talk about it in the shoe. And what was funny, man, is because when your mother's a teacher, what ends up happening is you hear about all the people in your neighborhood, like, how poor students they are, that boy's stupid. And so I knew stuff about people that really didn't, it wasn't known. That's why you're gonna be left back in the third grade.
That ain't right. Very funny. Bill, and I'm gonna go back a little. I think it's like 2004. I think Motors came out. Is that correct? I believe it was Shmarmore, Vivica Fox, all that. So very good. Oh, I remember more. Okay, it's cool. It was a great movie. And both of them, you were in both of them. And because when I watched it, you were playing a lawyer, which was great. And I'm like, wow, look at my guy. So I was very proud of you. Really, you did a great job in the movie. So how did that concept come up? How did you, be in the process and to act with those, headliners and stuff like that? How did that work?
You want to know what? Craig Ross directed that. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been in Blue Hill. I wouldn't have been in Motors 1, 2. He looked out for me. He made sure. He told them he got to be in the movie.
Okay.
He said, so Craig really looked out for me.
Okay.
Because they always looking for another name that's better than that. But nobody could do what I was gonna do. So he was like, yo, he he would say, find somebody better than William.
I got you. And they couldn't. Right. See, hey, GI's on. Hey, I'm telling you, very good. Last time, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna thank you guys because, when people in a youth see you all, especially from here in our community, you guys make them know that you can do this too. That was the number one reason I wanted to do this, because I want our youth, I'm a motivational speaker, I'm a youth empowerment, and I like to tell our children, well, thank you, but I want to let them know you can do this too. And this is proven, Gary and Anna, that these brothers from our own hood, 8th and Johnson, he said 19th in Georgia. Hey, GI, you know what I mean? Now, they could have went to Horace Mann. I would have let them in if they'd came, but anyway,
I went to West Side, man, because Coach Robinson, he told me that, man, if you come swim, there's another thing black people out there. I'm a swimmer, okay? A black swimmer, all right? And he told me, he said, man, if you come to the West Side, I can get you a job and I can get you a scholarship. They weren't offering that in person. So, with that, I ended up going to Howard University on swim scholarship. And I had a lifeguard job. Listen, man, when I got out of Howard University, I was better as a lifeguard than I was in a lab.
I remember when I was a kid, my mom paid for us to learn how to swim in the West Side.
Exactly.
You want to know what they did?
What's that?
We climbed to the very top, and they pushed every kid off. We were kids, man.
Yeah, there was somebody down the bottom.
I'm gonna tell you something. It was the most traumatizing experience I ever had in my life, bro.
But listen, look where you are now. So actually, it was a motivating.
I was scared to death.
Now you all see what happened to this interview, right?
And think about what happened to you. Your spirit.
They pushed all the kids off the diving board.
You had the courage to go out to LA and become a superstar.
Never forget.
So basically, I'm mentoring you.
Real quick though, who were some of your mentors? Who were some of the people you looked up to? Says, hey, I can do this too.
Bob Redden at Westside. He was a big mentor, and I was a child. Vernon Smith. Vernon Smith definitely was an influence. My father and my mother, of course, and Mayor Hatcher definitely was.
Yeah, Mayor Hatcher. Hey, icon. There you go.
Same some of the same people. Mr. Redding was a library teacher, and he had a bad arm, and he could sing too. He had that little
he could jam.
But there was a man that was very influential in my life, Mr. Aaron Walker, who lived down the street. My mom and father were divorced, so I had a lot of positive role model kind of people. Mr. Fisher, to this very day, as soon as we leave this, I'm gonna go talk to him. But there are a lot of people, man, who were influential. Coach Robinson.
Isn't it amazing that, like in high school, for myself, it was Sergeant Sanders, and of course my parents. But as I was on the drill team, you think about those people that get the skills to us as we get older.
Right.
You'll notice that because those are things you remember. There are things I do, and I remember those mentors and those people that instill stuff in me. Even through good decisions and poor decisions. I'm the first one to tell you, I had to climb out a negative lifestyle and to become into a positive lifestyle.
Can I tell you something real quick about you? When I read your book, man, I was like, oh shit, wow, life is really, really real. Because I had my kids reading.
Oh yeah, well,
I was like, whoa, okay, we read this, but we talked about it.
Okay,
and it was very enlightening. They learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Through your experience.
Okay, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And it was able to open up the dialogue for me, for us, to be able to talk about anything.
Okay.
Anything going on down, you can always talk to me about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's another thing. I remember reading your book as well, and I was like, first of all, you don't know your friends had homelessness and whatever kind of thing you were going through, man. It's amazing that people's lives change and how they become a positive role model for other people. So,
well, you turned out on the good side of that. That went all kind of ways, bro.
Well, thank you for that.
It turned all around.
Okay, I'll thank you for that. I'll tell you what, think about this. We're almost wrapping it up. sometimes we go through things, I'm sure you all have, to be where you're at today. You know, and that's how I look at it myself. You know, I was a military brat. You know, my dad, he was a Master Sergeant Kenney, and, you know, we had to walk straight and all that, and I dealt with like a little culture shock, which was the name of it, and dealing with different cultures coming from New Jersey and Gary. So, other than that, listen, I want to thank you guys. You guys made it really, really fun. You know, again, we're here today at Tequila and Taco. We're here with Buddy Lewis, and we're here with Bill. And
Tequila and Taco.
Tequila and Taco. They got a juice. This juice, all right,
With a straw and a lemonade.
it's a strong lemonade. And I want you guys to keep up the good work. You know, good work. Listen, we're glad you have it. We love you, man. And I want your kids to say, look, this is from our hometown. That means you can do it too. All right? And so other than that, again, Mano and Mano Season 2, kicking it off with Bill Williams and Buddy Lewis. Thank you.
Find me on Buddy Lewis Jokes on Instagram. We're real Buddy Lewis.
All right.
Bill Williams, don't forget it.
Got it. You good?
That's what we done, right?
Yeah, you done?
That was funny.
Give me